So just a little bit of background. Secret Street Tours, I suppose, came out as an initiative of the homelessness, the homelessness that we have predominantly here in the city. So I was part of that homelessness. I am still part of that homelessness issue.
Derek, thanks a million for having me go on your Secret Street tour. So when people come along the tour, what are they going to experience? What do they get?
For people on the tour, I look at history through probably a different type of a lens maybe than what they're familiar with. I incorporate, the layers and layers of history, and the culture that we have here in this particular area. I'll also be incorporating the homelessness within that. This was known as the Four Corners of Hell, and the reason it got its name was I had a public house on each corner. Terrible reputation, like the rest of the area.
Can I go kind of back to when were you first homeless?
In 2014,
right.
I became homeless. The day I kind of acknowledged to myself, I am homeless. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And I was terrified. To be honest, I was terrified. Immediately that day, I made my way to Dublin Airport with the suitcase in tow. And I spent the next 3 weeks in Dublin Airport, living in Dublin Airport, sleeping in Dublin Airport.
And were you acting like you were on the move, like you were travelling, you were flying to Edinburgh that morning?
Absolutely.
Or whatever,
a big part of it for me was, I wanted to blend in. I didn't want to stick out, I didn't want to be a homeless guy. And then it became apparent to me that the security were raising their eyebrows in relation to, my delayed flight. So again, the realisation was, look, I'm going to have to move on.
Yeah.
And that's when the real kind of the journey or the nightmare really started to unfold.
Were you very much based in around the Liberties area that this walking tour is around?
No.
No?
No, absolutely not. I would have kept furthest away from the Liberties area. I would have family in the area, People would know me in the area, so I didn't want people to see this side of me. Growing up here, I was directly overlooking Guinness's. When I was a child, this place was covered in smoke, From early afternoon to late evening, you wouldn't be able to see a hand in front of your face with the amount of smog that was in the city.
Yeah, so we came across the idea in Vienna. I always like to do a walking tour in every new city, and came across the really intriguing concept of a homeless walking tour. And speaking to the guide after the tour and the really transformative impact it had on his life, I just thought it's something that we really had to bring back to Dublin.
And Tom, what's been your observations on what people are like before the tour and after it?
Yeah, so one of our big aims is to really change people's perceptions of homelessness and how they engage and interact with this issue. And I think that's something that we're really achieving by giving a friendly channel for people to engage with the topic.
Derek, tell me about the Liberties and what's so special about it?
It's home. And that was my attraction to it. And ironically enough, through the Simon community, I was accommodated in the Liberties, so it was right back in the heart of where I grew up. And I'd been out of the Liberties for many years prior to that. So I was back home. And I felt home, I felt connected. And then when I got the opportunity to do the tour, it was just the most natural, organic progression for me. And I knew these characters. I grew up in this area. I learned how to swim in the Ivy Baths. I went to school in Bull Alley. So, the story was already there in print, just needed someone to tell it, So now I have a story to tell, like any good Liberties lad.
Yeah.